Adrian here. So as you saw, that was the unboxing of the iPad 4th generation Wi-Fi model. I'm gonna have a review of that coming in the future, probably weeks. I know it's something that's been out for a while now, and it's something brand new. While it is the latest iteration of the device, with the Lightning connector, all of that sorts of stuff. It is something that I picked up not only for the product review, but I was actually sponsored to me by via a client. So um, some of you may not know, some of you may know Digital Dojos. I do client services. I specialize in doing app reviews and work with developers in terms of my video production services. So I work with people who run app review blogs, etc., reviewing stuff. And I had to shift for a client to do iPad app reviews, and I did need I personally was on the iPad first gen. I never really used the tablet form factor that much. I do still own a Nexus 7. I have the iPad first gen. But in terms of specs, obviously the iPad fourth gen or iPad first gen wouldn't be able to run a lot of the stuff I needed to run for my client, etc. So the iPad fourth gen was actually a decision I made personally because it was down to the iPad mini or the fourth gen, and essentially the client covered the cost for the iPad mini, a spec model around 32 gigs. And I decided to kind of just go with the iPad fourth gen, put in a little bit extra bucks for the iPad fourth gen, the full size, because obviously spec wise it'll run fine. It'll run the games better, all of that. While the iPad mini, I've seen a lot of people, it does run really great in terms of gaming and stuff like that. I just want the full size iPad, and maybe the iPad mini will be something to take a look at in the future. Anyhow, the Retina display. So first impressions, I'm gonna have a full review of this out, but I'm really, really loving the Retina display. I mean, that's something you definitely need to see in person. Right now, you're just seeing a simulator, obviously, of my iPad as I'm holding it in front of me. The weight distribution from the first gen obviously is much more different. I mean, it's much more of a heavier. It feels like a heavier device. Not too heavy. It's still very, very portable and something I really like the form factor of. And the Retina display is really, really with text, it's really, really clear. I mean, reading it, using it as a consumption device like Flipboard, stuff like that, you get really, really rich text. And again, the iPad 4th gen itself, the form factor, it's I really like the form factor. I like the aluminum back. I'm guessing I'm guessing the iPad 5th gen are gonna go with that kind of slate and or white backing like the iPad minis have. I'm not liking the edges so much as I like how it concaves, has a curve to it, but the edges are kind of like a sharp like edging, and with the new weight distribution, it kind of feels like weird holding in the hands on the corners. It kind of digs in your skin. I know that's just a small little tidbit there. Obviously, this is faster than the third gen. With an increased A6 processor, A6X, or the processor that's in here. The Lightning connector obviously is updated. Just that's one of the main reasons they went into this generation to kind of unify the lineup. But anyways, the speed, functionality, I'm really liking it. Definitely something that's gonna allow me to do my work better in terms of app reviews and stuff like that. Really solid piece of hardware. I'm liking the new speaker placement specifically. The cameras are nice, but again, I'm not gonna be taking any pictures on my tablet. Anyhow, again, iPad fourth gen here. You're gonna be seeing some app reviews from me on the iPad, of course. All my client work, however, is gonna be stayed with the actual client. So a big shout out to my clients out there, or the provider of the iPad and stuff like that. So yeah, with that, I'm gonna be looking forward to bringing you a full review on the iPad 4th gen, along with some app reviews coming soon. And of course, for more information, head over to digitaldojos.com.